You didn't say the Hall of Law was assembled by Elros himself. It is rather remarkable.
You knew Elros?
An uncommon spirit. But I was always closer with his brother.
Remarkable.
Thank you for bringing me here.
Hallrand.
Thank God asking.
He was loyal to the elves.
Is loyal. We forced him from the throne.
Wait a moment. I must be blind. This is no sigil.
This is not a map, but a place.
It is a map of the Southlands. Plan by which to create a realm of their own, where evil would not only endure, but thrive. Plan to be enacted in the event of Morgoth's defeat by his successor.
Galadriel?
Much as always than I imagined.
He's creating his own kingdom.
We can't carry the courage of only you.
Let's turn that up.
Left behind.
No Brandyfoot has ever been left behind.
Can he help the stranger? He seems to have some powers, you know.
I'll stay at the front of the caravan. And we got Nori. No, once that girl puts her head to something, nothing can stop her.
Are you gonna recognize the stars he was talking about?
Oh, good idea. You do that magic from your card.
Ah!
How much have you got left? Just a little left.
I'm almost ready.
Right. No, I mean left.
Calm yourself and get yourself some chestnut pie.
You're such a good friend, Poppy.
We remember those from prior migrations who fell behind. Chance Proudfellow, Yarrow Proudfellow, Linseed Proudfellow, taken by landslide one rainy winter day.
We played for you.
You're gonna be worried to lose Nori also. So close to them. What the? What? Oh!
Nori.
Ah,
Lied, stolen, brought a dangerous outsider into our midst.
But no, he was lost. Hurt. What was I supposed to do? Leave him there?
You must admit, son, it's quite extraordinary.
oh.
We don't need friends, no. We made to survive. Without friends, what are we surviving for? Stick to the path, flee every danger, heaven forbid. We explore something new. Everyone's killing our Brandyfoot. Our way has kept us alive 1,000 years.
Any Harfoot that breaks them is to be decaravaned.
Oh, we don't
Our
like you.
laws are clear indeed,
But
but Miss Brandyfoot is young. There's much hair still to grow on her toes, there's a sense between her ears.
nah.
Tomorrow we depart as planned, and the Brandyfoot cart will be with us. At the back of the caravan. At the back. At the back.
You can see that you brought some trouble.
That's all right. I was thinking I might defer. Defer? Just for a season pass? Did you know about this?
Yeah.
Well, I listened to our occasion, so yes, I had my suspicions.
I'll tell you what I told him.
Your
There
mother.
is nothing for us on our western shores. The past is dead. We either move forward or we die with it. Yes, you did. When you got into a scrap with the Queen's Guard.
They started
All
by
Nah.
out of your horse train.
That wasn't my fault.
Actually, it seems right that was.
I wasn't talking to you!
Oh, twice now that you're talking like that to your daughter.
Message for your daughter, Arondir.
When the sea trial begins and that ship launches, you will be on it.
Father, my name's Apprentice. I've been accepted to the Builders Guild.
I thought the guild never reconsidered.
Isildur convinced me to reply.
Thank you.
Isildur convinced you.
Mm-hmm. You know the one who is listening to her?
You are more than you claim. I found this in the Hall of Law. Many ages ago, a man bearing that mark united the scattered tribes of the Southlands under one banner, the very banner that might unite them again today, against the evil that now seeks to claim their lands.
You want him to do that?
Your people have no king, for you are him.
Be careful.
With what?
The heir to this mark is heir to more than just nobility.
It's heir to what?
For it was his ancestor who swore a blood oath to Morgoth. I'm not the hero, you see.
You're ashamed of your blood.
It was my family who lost them all.
And it was mine who started it. You must see it.
All I see is an elf who won't put down her sword.
Mm-hmm.
Come with me to Middle-earth, and together we will redeem both our bloodlines.
No.
Your interest?
You're still short an army.
That is all about to change.
Oh, it looks great. Ah!
It is here, Father. The moment we feared. The elf has arrived.
You have a prophecy about it? You have... We need the help of the stranger to carry it. And maybe to repair you.
Friend.
This is how we keep up with the others, all of us. He helps us and we help him. Can we, man? Can we bring him?
Yeah. Oh, his eyes! He looks so desperate, so sad. Are you gonna try to escape, really? Oh, yes. Good call, but again the slow motion I'm not sure that it was useful. The same action without the slow motion, it's already amazing, less cliche, you know. The what? Oh, what Nori she saw! You look bad. We appreciate you, we don't want you to be killed. Cool. Run. Run, run, run. What? What did I say? They're not gonna kill you?
To Adar.
Oh, that's better. For us, you know, for the viewers. Is it Sauron himself already? No. No. Okay. This episode is confirming the good stuff and the maybe not so good stuff that the show has in mind, you know, for this season at least, because these episodes are already filmed, they are already produced, you know, edited. So I have the impression that the little defaults that I find into each, we're gonna have them again, you know, for the rest of these episodes. The good things, clearly, it's the fact that visually it's impressive. All of these places, all of these landscapes, all of the costumes, all of them, all of that, it's beautiful, it's amazing. We can all just be impressed by that. To deny the beauty of how it's done on screen, it would be a lie, clearly. But again, it's gonna impress us, me, for a certain time, but not for an entire season, an entire show of several seasons. At some point, we're gonna get used to it, it's not gonna be that impressive anymore. Other good things is the fact that we are focusing on the three main narrative arcs, Nori and the Stranger, Galadriel and her journey, you know, to convince everyone that something bad is really happening, and Arondir fighting already that bad thing which is happening and confronting it like directly. We don't have Hallrand during this episode with Durin. I really thought that it began to be also one of the main narrative arcs, but it seemed that it's more gonna be like a parallel quest, you know, during this season at least, with all of that quest of building the forge and all. Like, it's almost like the three main narrative arcs, they are the three real stories of a show, and Hallrand narrative arc parallel journey is gonna justify the fact that this show is named The Rings of Power, at least for the first season, and little by little their journeys are gonna cross, but not for now. For me, the stories, they are well written, everything is making sense, we have informations coming, you know, with that, with Galadriel discovering about Hallrand, about the fact that we are discovering also Isildur and a little about his family. We can have already things about it, about also what is happening on that island between the elves and humans. Like, we have information through Galadriel's journey, and even if it didn't involve that much, you know, a part of the story, it's a lot of information which are going to be important for the rest. For Arondir, it's mostly about these orcs, this situation, how it is right now, the fact that they are already doing all of that, the orcs, the fact that it's really hard to fight them, it's already too late to stop them, to fight them and all. But we can't forget that during all of this time, Bronwyn, she's also doing her own stuff. And yes, it's a good way to see that the danger is already there and how evolved it is. And for Nori's part, it was mostly about the fact that now they all know that the stranger is right there, is almost accepted, and you know, during the two first episodes he did bad stuff, and during this episode he's finally doing something good for Nori, like he's proving in a way that okay, he did bad stuff before, but he's not a bad person, a bad character. All of that said, you know, for me, for the show, again, and I'm not gonna talk about the translation of the books into the show because I didn't read the Silmarillion, so I can't talk about it. But for the show, for the stories of this show, for me they are well written, they are progressing, they are giving a lot of stuff during this episode, so it's great. For the characters, we can already see some change, you know, some evolutions for Hallrand, for Nori, with more confidence, you know, on herself, like who is saying to everyone what she thinks, who is not ashamed of it. And also for Arondir a little. Galadriel is not changing that much, but can we expect her to change like that? I'm not so sure. She already lived, you know, 1,000 years. So she's not gonna change just like that. For the little bad things that I already found during the two first episodes and that I have again during this one, is the fact that for some scenes, sometimes they are pushing stuff too much. By zooming, you know, on characters, on situations, by using the slow motion. Like, who is using slow motions now? Like, I understand why, because you want to make a scene more epic, more beautiful and all, but it's a little lame, you know, as a tool, to use that tool into a show like that who is already so well done. It's a little lame and it's not really useful during the situation, and it's not also useful to prove that this moment is epic. I mean, for some shows and movies to use slow motions to create something epic, it's useful, because without it, without the slow motion, they couldn't make the situation epic. You know, slow motions can be used into realistic shows and stuff like that, because to make something realistic, to make a situation in the real world more epic, slow motion, it can be useful. But right there it's not the case, and it's a little cliche and too much. Like, it's also cutting the rhythm of the action. I don't approve that. I don't like that kind of slow motions even more into a show like that. And yes, it's not really subtle, and that, you know, the lack of subtlety during some moments, it was what I thought, you know, which was wrong during the two first episodes, during Arondir and Bronwyn moment. I thought that it was more related with the fact that they had some issues to create a love story. I really thought so, but maybe in fact it's more that, you know, it's more the fact that they wanted to make their love relationship epic, like they wanted to make these two moments, you know, Galadriel riding that horse and Arondir intervening during that action moment. They wanted to make all of that epic, and they didn't know how to do that. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that, you know, about the fact that they don't know how to make epic moments. Because for a show like that, it's gonna be... it's maybe gonna be complicated, you know, at some point, if they don't know how to make epic moments. For now, it's not that disturbing, it's not that annoying, it's okay, you know, it's just a little lame, but it's okay because all of the rest of the stories, all of the rest of the characters, all of the rest of how this show is done, played and written is so good that, okay, it's a little lame, but I just said it, it's a little lame, it's not bothering me that much. But they have to be careful, you know, to not reproduce that in each episode and too much. Yes, but for all of the rest, for me, it worked well, it was really well done. Okay, let's focus on Galadriel's story, to discover that place. It looked so great! To discover these characters, you know, the queen, the king, it was cool. They are representing something, but more than that, they have also an attitude, a certain ego and pride that Galadriel can recognize, I think. It's really also something which is defining Galadriel, you know, for now, her pride. We'll see if at some point it's gonna change, and I hope that at some point it's gonna change, because it's really something into her character which can be developed and which can change with, you know, with all of the experiences, all of the journey that she's gonna take. So I hope that the writers are gonna work on it. It was interesting to meet through her the king, the queen, to meet also Isildur's father, and to have things about Isildur himself, to have also all of these informations, I said it, about this place, what happened between elves and humans. Also that thing about the Southlands, you know, the fact that it was in fact a map, that symbol, and that it was the way to say to the orcs, you have to go to that place because we are all regrouping into that place, we're gonna do something there. Like, clearly it was clever to do it like that, to present it also to Galadriel like that, to discover the truth about Hallrand, the fact that they are all waiting for a king and in fact it's him, the fact that if feels ashamed of his blood. That's such a thing, you know, into the Lord of the Rings universe, to be ashamed of your blood and to try to redeem yourself, to redeem your blood, you know, your name, by doing stuff, by being the new king and all. We're gonna have that again with Hallrand, that can be cool. We're gonna have also something with Isildur. Again, that was a cool introduction to his character. So for Galadriel's story during this episode, I really appreciated it, we learned a lot. For Nori's story during this episode, it was shorter and it was mostly to talk about her position into this group, with her family, with her dad. The stranger now, everyone knows that he exists, and him, that was the opportunity to prove that he did bad stuff, but it was not because he wanted to do bad stuff, and right there he wants to help, he's gonna help, and they're gonna help him back. Like, it was mostly for that. For Arondir, I said it was mostly to discover what the orcs they are doing right now and how evolved they are already into their plan, to discover also about Adar. It's not Sauron, Adar. I said it, I didn't read the Silmarillion, so I don't have that information, but for me it's not him. We'll see. I'm a little disappointed to not have news about Hallrand, but I said it seems that it's gonna be more a parallel story journey. For now, at least, for the season 1. For the rhythm of this episode, I have to say it also, during the 2 first episodes, I was so excited and so impressed by what was happening on screen that even if it was long episodes, I didn't feel it like it was long episodes, 1 hour episodes. Right there, I felt it a little more. I think that it's going with that impression of the rhythm of the episode. Do you understand what I mean? During the 2 first episodes, I was so impressed by visually how it looked like that maybe I didn't pay attention to the rhythm because I was just like that during all of the episode. Maybe with time, with not being that impressed by visually how it looks, maybe I'm gonna pay more attention to the rhythm, and maybe I'm gonna feel more when the rhythm is slowing down and when the rhythm is not working. Right there, I didn't feel, you know, these moments which maybe were not working, but I felt that it was a 1 hour episode. I felt that not the rhythm was not working, but it was a little slower. Maybe because the only action moments that we had, it was really with Arondir. Nori, it was not really action moments, and Galadriel, I said it, it was mostly discussions and informations. Maybe it's also going with that. Oh, it's raining again. It's the end of summer. Yes, I'm glad. I'm tired of the hot temperatures. Like, I had enough of it. We all had enough of it. In France, we had a lot of issues because of it. So, it's cool. I'm gonna stop this review right now. I'm not gonna talk about the weather. Tell me what did you think about this episode on the comments. Before posting your comments on my channel, if you didn't watch it, go watch the beginning of the intro of this video, you know, the first part of this video. No racist comments are gonna be allowed on my channel. The obvious ones, like the hidden ones who are trying to justify themselves by making some reasons for racist comments and stuff, no, it's not gonna be allowed. For the ultra fans who didn't like the first episodes because they are not corresponding to what they wanted, to the full translation of the books into the screen, I said it, I think that no matter what, you're gonna be disappointed if you really want that, and I truly hope that you're gonna learn to love this show, because I know how much it's important and great, you know, to have a show, a movie which is translating this universe that you love so much on screen. So I hope that it's gonna be the case for you with time. Tell me what did you think about this episode. I'm also interested by your opinion about it. And that's it. I'm gonna stop this review right now. It's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.